I didn't go to film school. I've never taken a writing class, but I wanted to give myself opportunity. So I sat down to write a scene. Where do you start? How do you start? Everyone says write what you know. I think that is a great place to start, and then you build from there. The very first short that I wrote was a very small 3-page scene about an ex, a fictional conversation that ex and I never had. And it's the conversation that I wish we could have had, or the things I wish I had said to that person, or if I saw that person one more time, these are the things we would talk about. So it's a fictional story, but it came from a real place. Breakups are always a great place to start. It's something everybody's been through, and it's something that is very relatable to everybody. Sitting down and writing page one can also be a very hard thing to do. It's hard to get started. I personally really like to start with dialogue. I didn't write anything that had more than two people in a scene for many, many years. So just a conversation between two people. And then I would build the rest of it around that conversation. That's a great place to start.
You know you can't keep waiting on me to come fix things?
Who else would I call?
A plumber?
Why pay someone when I have you?
Because I might not always be around.
Another big thing I learned very early on as an indie filmmaker was how to simplify things. Write the big, beautiful, broad version of this movie that you envision in your head. And then you got to go back through and you have to simplify it. My second short film that I wrote, the first one that I professionally produced, probably would have been like $1 million short film for 9 pages. But then I went back through, and by the time we finished it, it was 4 characters and 2 locations.
Many have noted, as your career has skyrocketed, your sound has become increasingly melancholy. What would you say is the cause of that?
I think with age, I've become more introspective. And perhaps my successes have helped reveal to me my failures.
The same thing with Cowboy. The very first draft of this feature probably would have been $5 to $10 million. And I had a very trusted collaborator who read the script and said, great job. This is your first feature. You need to write the $250,000 version. And that's exactly what I did. I pulled things back. I streamlined. I cut locations. And I don't feel that I lost any of the intention that I had with that first draft of this movie. If anything, it makes the script in the movie even stronger because it's tighter and more streamlined. You have to be willing to make changes. You have to be willing to make edits. You have to be willing to listen to advice from someone and say, hey, that's just not possible within your budget. How do we get what you need out of that scene or that connection or that relationship with those two people, but simplify it? These are all things that are important in making your own projects, being malleable, being able to change and move things around, because that's going to allow you to actually move forward and build it. I will be very honest with you. I chose to produce Cowboy independently because I wasn't getting any traction with my script. I've worked with and had opportunities with other producers early on in the process for Cowboy. And everyone says, this is great. It's going to take us 3 to 5 years to get this made. I don't want to wait 3 to 5 years. I want to make this now. I want to do this now. I want to put out what I have to say now. Not only as a creator, but also as someone who believes that the message of the story is important right now. That's been the driving force behind a lot of my decisions as an independent filmmaker. And it's not an easy time to break through in Hollywood. So I decided that I needed to make this movie myself, the movie that I envisioned, the movie that my team has envisioned, the movie that I want to make, so that I can show people who I am and what I actually have to offer. Don't sit around and wait for anyone to hand it to you. Don't sit around and wait for anyone to give you permission. Don't spend 5 years waiting for people to read your script and get back to you. Figure out how to do it on your own. Money is probably the number one thing that prevents most of us from actually creating our own projects. So if money is standing in your way, simplify your project. You can actually show someone what your ideas look like. You have a real living, breathing product. Thank you all so much for checking this out. I hope it's helpful. If you have thoughts or questions, please send a message or shoot a DM, and I'll see you on the next one.